Hi there! In today's video, I talk again about doll clothes. Definitely my favorite topic, and it seems that it is also your favorite topic. Usually, I'm not a big fan of these very big gowns that you can get on Aliexpress because, like the ones that you can get in human size, I think most of the time I'm very sure that the product that I get is not the same as the one that I can see on the pictures. Not too long ago, I bought a black dress that also had a lot of tulle, and yeah, I thought it looked similar to the seller pictures and it was not too bad. So I decided to try again. And I bought 4 dresses at once from a different seller, and I only bought 4 because I wanted to get free shipping. So this seller only offered free shipping after a little bit under 18 euros, and the first dress that you will see is the dress that is the reason why I bought 4 dresses in total, because I couldn't find it from any other seller. But maybe you will have different listings, so there is a chance that you can find it somewhere else and even for cheaper. I paid a bit under 6 euros for the dress, and I have to say, I was very, very excited if the dress looks even near to the seller picture. But the first impression is not very good. And I'm not talking about all the little stuff that comes out of the dress when I open the plastic bag. I'm talking about the smell, something that I cannot share with you, but trust me, it is intense. Actually, I never ever had such a big or strong chemical scent or smell from any other doll clothing that I bought on AliExpress. This is so bad. From the moment I unpacked it and the end of this video, I really got a headache from the smell. So I cannot recommend to buy this, and if you buy this, you will have to wash it, you will have to air it out, and that's what I'm gonna do. I can already tell you that I like the dress. I think it does have the same shape as it is promised from the seller pictures. Also, the stitching is okay. I think the fabric feels not bad, but as I said, the smell is breathtaking. Anyway, the ruffles of the top of the dress are not sewn correctly. One is already loose, but it is only held by a few stitches, so to repair it is not a biggie. But overall, this dress has so much fabric, and the stitching overall is not bad. So I don't know. If it would not have the smell, I would say it is not a bad dress, and it matches the seller pictures quite okay. And we just forget about all the small stuff that comes out of the dress when you shake it. It gets better over time. It is not like the glitter ones that have glitter with no ending. So in the end of this video, I had no additional fabric flakes or something like that. But overall, it sheds a lot in the beginning when you unpack it. Here we do have it at first on a stand-up made to move. The dress does fit. The overall shape of the stand-up made to move is not so curvy, not so sexy. So the dress itself, which is very tight because of the stretchy material, cannot build or show a silhouette that simply does not exist. But with the right posing, you could definitely give your doll a very nice look in this dress. The dress also has a very long train, and as I said before, I think it is overall very nicely done. The thing is, I'm doing this voiceover almost a day after I filmed those dresses, and therefore I almost forgot how bad it was, but I had to get another sniff on it, and yeah, it is really bad, so I cannot be so positive. In theory, it is really a nice dress, but when you can smell it, it is no longer that good. It looks even better on the Mengf body because the Mengf body is a bit curvier, and this is of course enhanced by the shape of the dress or the elastic of the middle part, and I have to say it looks stunning on this body. Next up is the Mizi body. This is also the last time that I try on this dress on her body because I couldn't stand the smell any longer. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. It also looks pretty good on the Mizi body. The Mizi body is, of course, a little bit slimmer than the Mengf, but nonetheless, it looks good. And in the end of the video, you will see it in full with a head on. I don't know. I'm pretty sure because there will be another dress that does also have this kind of stretchiness. So I guess I could also use it on a body that is a bit wider. For example, the WorldBox. But honestly, it is of course red, so there is a high chance that it would stain the doll. And actually, as I said, the smell, it is really breathtaking. I cannot show it to you, but it is hard and I will have to wash it and to air it out before I can really use it. Next up is the dress that I only added to the group since I wanted to have free shipping. And on the pictures, I really liked the dress. I thought maybe the pattern is a little bit big, but actually, it is an awful dress. That is bad. It is not pretty at all. Not even a tiny bit, to be honest. On the seller pictures, I think, or in my opinion, what I can see, the fabric looks pretty thin, it looks floaty. As I said, maybe the pattern is a little bit big, but it looked good to me and simple, to be honest. I thought, yeah, for that price, and even if it does have a lot of fabric, it looks quite okay. Well, the only good thing on this dress are the tiny ribbons that I will not use for the styling, but for some point I will use them. But overall, this is a bad dress. The fabric is tablecloth. You cannot tell me otherwise. It is so thick. It is so plasticky, even if it does not look that way, but it is. When you touch it, it does not have a good feel to it. And there are loose threads everywhere. The material looses up by itself. The part of the bust looks so bulky because the fabric is so bulky, and overall, I also have to say it is really a very bad Velcro. It is the hangry Velcro type and it is really a bad one. And that will be the case for every Velcro that you will see here in this video. The Velcros are bad. Here you can see it on a stand-up made to move, and I have to say, from the footage, it does not look as bad as it looks in person. But still, I'm sure that you can see how stiff the material is. It is really like you would have made a dress out of a fabric that is simply too thick for doll clothing. And I can absolutely not recommend to buy this dress. I think it looks awful, even though on the footage it's okay. It does not really close perfectly on the back. That is because of the cut, but also because of the really, really bad Velcro. And even here on the Mengf body, which can wear this dress a bit better, the Velcro is not really good fitting. The closure is a bit wonky and overall, I don't know. I have no clue what to say that would be good for this dress. It is not a good one. That's it. And you cannot use it on a curvier body because of the cutout. Also, the material has absolutely no stretch to it. It is only for the slim girls. Here it is on a Mizi body, and you can see the Mizi body does have longer legs, even longer than the Mengf body, but still the dress would be long enough for this body, or is long enough for this body, which is a positive thing, the only positive thing I can think of. And even here, the Velcro does not fit quite right. The Mizi body does have a very slim silhouette, so I think it will be hard to find a doll that could wear this dress that is even slimmer. The whole concept of this dress is just bad, and I thought for the price of also a little bit under €6, it had the exact same price as the first dress. I thought it would be better quality in terms of fabric, but I was wrong. The fabric is horrible. I don't think if the pattern or the cut pattern or sewing pattern is so bad. So overall, I think whoever made this dress also made the best out of it. The stitching is not horrible. Also, the cut is not horrible. It is simply the fabric. The next entry is like a wild card to me because first, it is the way cheapest outfit out of these four, it only cost a bit over €3. And it does have two pieces. I had no clue from the seller pictures. It looked like it would be one dress. But it is not. It is a top and a skirt. On first sight, I was not really that impressed because the top material is not a nice touch. It does have this cotton look, but plastic bottle feel. So this is an item when you touch it, you think, oh yeah, that's an recycled fabric that once was a plastic bottle or plastic bag in a former life. But still, I have to say, I like the shape and the stitching is good. And later on, you will see this is the set that goes best on different doll bodies. This skirt is nice, and it is way nicer than I would have expected from the seller pictures. I thought this is an interesting piece because I like the embroidery, but I was sure that there would be a lot of loose threads and overall a plastic cheap feel when you touch the fabric, but that's not the case. This one here is actually a nice material. The stretchy part of the dress is the same as for the red one, and this dress here does not have a chemical smell, so I don't know what exactly is the cause for the very bad smell from the first dress, but it is not the case here, or not so intense, because actually all the other three dresses also do have a chemical scent to them, but I think it is only because of the first dress. On the first dress, it is so intense, so extreme. On the other one, it is just like the same smell but very fainted. So I guess the main part is the first one. Also the second one because it does have a very thick fabric and therefore it also does not smell that good. But overall, as I said, I think the other dresses only do smell because they were soaked into the smell of the first dress for quite a while. Maybe I'm wrong. In case you do have also one of these dresses, please let me know. Do you have or did you have any kind of chemical smell or intense chemical smell? I would love to know that. Here it is on Barbie, and it looks not perfect on Barbie. I think the top part is a little bit loose and a little bit long for the standard made to move. But actually, I think it would fit way better if the top would have had a better Velcro. It does not really close that good in the back, especially on the end of it. And yeah, usually I think this dress would fit better if there would be a better Velcro. This skirt is nice. I like it. The shape is good and the length is okay. So you could definitely use these two pieces separately. I think that would be even a good thing because you have a lot of different styling options with top and skirt. So that's a big pro. But for the top alone, it is simply too long and it does not have the right shape for the stand-up made to move. It is possible to put this dress or this outfit on a curvy body. The top here again is the problem. It now fits better around the bust in my opinion, but it is too long. The Barbie body is too short and the Velcro cannot be closed, so this is not a fit. But for the skirt, it is a fit. It is also not very hard to get it over the hips, and also there are no problem with the seams. The material is flexible enough to put it over the wider hips, and even later on, the footage for the thinner girls is made after I used it on this bigger girl. So there's also not a lot of wear out visible, so it does not get baggy or so, or not so fast. That is definitely a good thing. And I do like the skirt or the mini skirt underneath the tulle or whatsoever. I like the idea of having it underneath. It looks cute. I like it. Here you do have it on a Mengf body. And I have to say the top is, of course, the perfect fit for the Mengf body. The Mengf body does have enough bust and the waist is slim enough. The Velcro still is bad. It does not really close perfectly, and the top would be so much nicer with a different Velcro, but still, It is a good fit. Also, the skirt looks really nice on this body. You would not have to wear it cropped, but I wanted to show that it is, in fact, a two-piece outfit. And I think it looks good. I think it looks very cute. It does have this, I don't know, Carrie Bradshaw effect, but it is a cute dress. Same goes for the Mizi body. The top is a little bit more loose, but it looks good. The elastic of the skirt is now also maybe a bit loose because I used it on different bodies before, but still, I think the Mizi body is very slim, so I guess even if I would have used it on this body first, it would be maybe a little bit wide, but you can wear it as you wish with the top inside of the skirt or with something else or push it down a little bit. So I think this skirt also fits nicely on the Mizi body. And now here's again its function as a wildcard. It also fits nicely on WorldBox bodies. And this here is already the 8202, so the white hip girl, and I think it looks really good. This body comes with a B bust. This is also the bust that is on the body at this moment. And the top is a bit snug. You can close it easily, but it stands away from the body on the lower bottom part. So the end of the Velcro is not closing entirely. But as I said 1,000 times, the Velcro is really not so nice. So it is not really the fault of the pattern or the cut, and even not of the material. It is more the fault of the Velcro. The skirt is very pretty on this body, and it would fit on each and every WorldBox body. As I said, it is a stretchy material, and in fact, even if this is a white hip girl, it was easier to put on the skirt than on the curvy plastic body, since the material is a little bit softer and the overall shape of the curvy 8202 is different than the curvy of Barbie, even though that they can share some clothes. But anyway, I think this is a very, very pretty set that looks awesome on the WorldBox, and I did not expect that at all. Of course, the length of the leg of this body here is way shorter than, for example, of Mengf and for Mizi. So we have seen it for Mengf for Mizi. It would be a dress that goes to the half of the calf of the leg, and for this girl here, it is reaching the bottom. But I think it is an outfit that can be worn both ways. And here's the last of the four dresses, the one that you have already seen on the thumbnail. And I can already say that it did surprise me quite a bit, because when I buy stuff on Aliexpress, I always think by myself, okay, there's a chance that it looks like the picture, there's a chance it does not look like the picture at all, there's a chance that it fits some kind of doll and not the other one. But honestly, with the purchase of these four dresses, not even one of my expectations was met. This is quite a nice dress. The material is good, the stitching is good, and they even cut the tulle quite nicely. It is pretty even. Of course, the overall aesthetic is a little bit, a tiny bit crooked. It is not exactly even. So when you look very closely, you can see that it is not perfectly made. It is a bit like when it would be a human-sized dress that would cost you $1,000 or even more, or whatsoever, 2,000 bucks, and you buy the version of Shein for, I don't know, $50, and you think, oh, it looks like the picture. It is quite nice, and that's exactly the same here for this dress. The lining of the top is a bit crunchy, I'm not gonna lie, so it is not perfect, but it looks really nice. And I do like the tulle part. It is not the super cheap tulle, it is one that does have a structure, and I think it looks good. It is a bit bulky around the hips because all of the tulle is folded together, so there is so much fabric. And in general, there's so much fabric. For that price, as I said, I paid a little bit under €6. Actually, I paid always a little bit under €6. Only the dress that you have seen before, that was only a bit over $3. So that was definitely the best price item ratio. But this dress here usually does not cost so much. But Honestly, I was not sure what to buy on this shop, and I thought maybe it is a good chance to get this one in a good version, because sometimes you get, I don't know, might talk about that a little bit later. I think I might try to get this dress again from a cheaper listing, because I'm interested if there are different versions of this dress, because I think for the price that I have paid, this is a very nice dress. Beside the fact that the Velcro is awful, again on the neck and on the top part in general, the Velcro is awful. Overall, it is not a nice fit on the standard made to move. The top part of the made to move is not long enough for this dress, and as I said, the Velcro is a problem. If you would have a better Velcro, you could also close it up on the standard made to move, but it is not possible with the Velcro that you have here. And I would like to say it again, this is the hangry Velcro. You cannot let it touch anything or it will go to waste. It really gets stuck on anything and everything that gets in touch with it. Here it is on a tall Barbie body, and it would fit if the Velcro would stay closed, because you do not need a lot of force to get it closed in the first place, but it simply does not stay closed. And that is also the case for the slimmer girls. The Velcro is very hangry. It gets clinked to each and every piece that comes in its way, but still, it does not really does the job. So it is not a Velcro that really works when it is necessary. And that is really so annoying. That's the only bad part on this dress, in my opinion. Plus the fact that it also only works on the slim girls. I cannot get the bottom part over a wider hip body in general. It is simply not a big opening. But as you can see here, you could, for example, also use on an older style Mattel body, you know, these old fashionista style bodies with under bust joint and with a very cinched waist. Here the Velcro stayed together or stayed closed because the torso is a bit slimmer, but even here you can see that the bottom of the Velcro is not completely closed, and that is really only because of the quality of the Velcro itself. But you can use this dress here also very nicely on those older bodies. Here you can see it on the Mengf body. It looks good, of course. Actually, a lot of the items look really good on Mengf. There are only a few exceptions to that. I think the dress does have the right length here. Also, I do like the shape of the cutout. So overall, this is simply a very nice dress, and it looks the best on the Mengf body. It also looks good on the Mitzi body, but the Mitzi body is so much slimmer, and I think the top is simply a little bit loose. So you cannot really see the full shape of the top, and therefore I think it looks better on the Mengf, but overall this is a dress that could be worn by different very slim dolls. So here we do have all the four dresses together, and I'm not quite sure which one I do like the best. Of course, the first ones cannot win this game, absolutely not. The very first one was my absolute favorite. I really like the color scheme. I do like the cut in general. It looks very Spanish to me, and I really did like it. I thought I could style a specific doll with it, and I don't know. I had a styling in my mind, but the smell destroyed everything. So maybe after a good wash, we getting better together. I don't know. But for this moment, it looks good on the footage. I do like it in general, but the smell simply destroyed everything. So I'm not gonna talk about the second dress again. It is horrible, but the other two are really nice. I do like the two-piece set. It does have a very different aesthetic than the last one or the one from the thumbnail. But both dresses or outfits are very pretty, and I have to say, for the price that I paid, I am a little bit impressed, to be honest. The only thing that I would recommend is to change the Velcro. I have to buy a little bit of Velcro because I really like these pieces, so I will change them. Maybe it is even possible to get snaps on when I remove the Velcro. I don't know, we will see that, but Actually, I think these items are nice. I really like the one that is on the WorldBox body, and I also really like the one that you have seen in the thumbnail. It is, as I said, a little bit bulky around the hips, so it is a bit hard to get a stand that works together with the body. So maybe you use an saddle stand or something like that. So I have this here handmade wire stand, but it works, it looks good, and I'm happy with it. And I really like how it looks together with the Mengf body and this Generation Girl face with the screening that was made after 2009. I think it is a face screening that looks even good today, or in my opinion, I like it. I don't need to have hundreds of it, but I overall really like it. So that's the end of the video for today. And actually, you can be happy that this is only a video that you can look at and that you cannot smell, because even my family was really complaining after shooting this video about the toxic smell. You have absolutely no idea. I never experienced that in my whole life. I never got dog clothing that is so stinky, and I don't know. I did not even remember at what point I ever had that toxic smell on a human clothing. I mean, sometimes, especially when you really have dark colors, you still have a chemical smell, but usually it is not so intense. But hey, it is what it is. I still like the dress, but I could live without the smell. And I also have to say that I often react allergic to aggressive stuff that touches my skin, and that was not the case here. I did not get a rush. I also did not get any tickling or anything from this dress, not even when I handled it over the time. But still, it is just a very unpleasant smell. And that's enough for today. I talked a lot about it, so thank you so much for your time. I hope you had a little bit fun with this video, and I hope to see you again in one of my next videos. And until then, I hope that meanwhile you even have a better time. Bye!